Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bible with Daddy Dabba. Last time Bible chapter Z, we looked at chapter 7 of Leviticus, the guilt offering. But today, we'll be looking at chapter 8 of Leviticus, the ordination of Aaron and his sons. The Lord said to Moses, "Bring Aaron and his sons, their garments, their anointing oil, the bull for the sin offering, the 2 rams, and the basket containing bread made without yeast, and gather the entire assembly at the entrance to the tent of meeting." Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and the assembly gathered at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Moses said to the assembly, "This is what the Lord has commanded to be done." Then Moses brought Aaron and his sons forward and washed them with water. He put the tunic on Aaron, tied the sash around him, clothed him with the robe, and put the ephod on him. He also fastened the ephod with a decorative waistband, and which he tied around him. He placed the breastpiece on him and put the Urim and Thummim in the breastpiece. Then he placed the turban on Aaron's head and set the gold plate, the sacred emblem, in front of it, as the Lord commanded Moses. Then Moses took the anointing oil and anointed the tabernacle and everything in it, and so consecrated them. He sprinkled some of the oil on the altar 7 times, anointing the altar and all the utensils and basins with its stands to consecrate them. He poured some of the anointing oil on Aaron's head and anointed him to consecrate him. Then he brought Aaron's sons forward, put tunics on them, tied sashes round them, and fastened caps on them, as the Lord commanded Moses. He then presented the bull for the sin offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on its head. Moses slaughtered the bull and took some of its blood, and with his finger he put it on all the horns of the altar to purify the altar. He poured out the rest of the blood at the base of the altar, so he consecrated it to make atonement for it. Moses also took all the fat around the internal organs, the long lobe of the liver, both kidneys, and their fat, and burned it on the altar. But the bull with its hide and flesh and its intestines he burned outside the camp, as the Lord commanded Moses. He then presented the ram for the burnt offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head. Then Moses slaughtered the ram and splashed this blood against the sides of the altar. He cut the ram to pieces and burned the head, the pieces, and the fat. He washed the internal organs with a leg and water and burned the whole ram on the altar. It was a burnt offering, a pleasing aroma to the Lord, blah, blah, blah. As the Lord commanded Moses, he presented the other ram, the ram of the ordination, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on his head. Moses slaughtered the ram and took some of his blood and put it in the lobe of Aaron's right ear, on the thumb of his right hand, and the big toe of his right foot. Moses also brought Aaron's sons forward and put some of the blood on the lobes of the right ears, on the thumb of their right hands, and on the big toes of the right feet. He splashed the blood against the side of the altar. After that, he tied the fat tail, the fat around the internal organs, the long lobe of the liver, both kidneys and their fat, and the right thigh, and the toe of the basket, on the bread made without yeast, which was before the Lord. He took one thick loaf with thick oil mixed in it, and on one thin loaf he put the fat portion on the high thigh. He put all these on the hands of Aaron and his sons, and then waited before the Lord his way for offering. Then Moses took them in the hands and burned them on the altar and burnt offering and ordination, a pleasing aroma, a food offering to the Lord. Moses also took the breast, which was his share in the ordination ram, and waved it before the Lord as a wave offering, as the Lord commanded Moses. Then Moses took some of the anointing oil and some of the blood from the altar, and sprinkled them on Aaron and his garments and the sons and their garments. So he consecrated Aaron and his garments, his sins and garments. Moses said to Aaron and his sons, "Cook the meat, blah, 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 blah. Cook the meat and eat with the bread and ordination offering, as I commanded." Aaron and his sons were to eat it. Then he burned the rest of the meat and the bread, and only entered the tent meeting for 7 days until the ordination was completed. For your ordination had lost 7 days. What? He's on stage commanded by the Lord to make atonement for you. You must stay at the entrance of the tent meeting day by night, blah, blah, blah. You will not die, for that I have been commanded. So Aaron and his sons, everything the Lord commanded Moses. Thank you.